May chaos reign supreme here at Lime Rock Park as we begin Race 2 of the 2019 Verizon Cup Series Lime Rock Sprints here at Lime Rock Park. And needless to say, the random grid order is pretty interesting. We start off in the back of the field with William Carlson Jr. and Adam Vincent. Roger Ray, Jeff McReynolds, Johnny Gardner, defending race winner Henrietta Fitzwater ends up in the back of the field. Jay Stella, Stavros, Ryder Smith, Will Barton, Jack Miller, Shane Vincent. I'm going to quickly go through the field. As you can see, a lot of cars are spread out, but it seemed to work fine for most cars, as the random draw really proved to just be a normal qualifying run. It was expected that people like, David Studdard would get the pole. Instead, it's Sebastian Kukulon, who is in a rank B and could have a chance to win this race. Meanwhile, it's all normal at the back of the field, except for the inclusion of Fitzwater, Ray. Yeah, the random draw really screwed a couple people over, but it didn't screw the championship contenders. Fitzwater pretty much needs a miracle to win the title at this point. Same go, but Padcar is really, he was here, and as William Duncan showed, you can get up the field here. It just takes skill, and Padcar more than enough has that. But yes, we need to get to the start, because this race is going to be probably one of the best all season. Next up, we go to the Possumbourne Memorial Racing Circuit in New Zealand on Southland near Taupo for the round of New Zealand. But first, it's Lime Rock Sprint time. The engines are fired. You can hear the cars firing up now as the field rolls off. It is time for the most important part of the season, the Lime Rock Duels. These are probably the most important races of the whole season by far. They don't have any double points. There is nothing like that here. It's all about the glory of winning here. And Sebastian Kukulon and Chase Dunbar drew part one to that. The real question is, what'll happen in the back of the field? There's a lot of slow cars in the top 10 in comparison to others. Of course, it's all out the window now. Let the games begin. Great flag is out for Lime Rock Race 2. Chase Dunbar immediately gets out to the lead from pole. And Kukulon, he's in the grass. Will he come back on track? Stuttered. Duncan is already making up positions. He's my pick to win this race, but Jonathan Wong, who had the fastest lap last time by, is already looking for positions. But Chase Dunbar has a hot James Taylor on his rear end. Taylor, the only Mavin Dragons car to not win a race this season, is looking under him, trying to get Chevy back to the front of the field. And there he goes, James Taylor to the lead. In third is Diego Yepes, who has had some heartbreaks this year, but there's Jonathan Wong. Duncan continuing his consistent. David Dawson, second place position is off. Duncan continuing his consistent run. Same with Austin Rogers and Chase Dunbar. The Rogers racing cars haven't had a good season altogether. But James Taylor is in the lead and he's running away with it. Not really, no. Dunbar on his rear end. And he's gonna go for it. Wong is right behind him as well. The California winner. And look who's in fourth. if Duncan gets another win here today, that will seal up the most definitely make it hard to catch him for the title. Battle for the lead, Jonathan Wong. And Dunbar is off. That's his race pretty much over. Duncan now to a podium position. And there he is, to the inside of Taylor. Not gonna do it. He's right there, he's gonna dive to the inside. And give the position to William Duncan. The man to beat all season here. Crash in the back. Nope, no accident. And Adam Vincent is already involved in struggles for the 5 team. He's not being re-signed. Needless to say, he's probably going to retire, considering how terrible his season has been. But Jonathan Wong in the lead. Duncan second, Taylor third, Fitzwater fourth. Look at Paul Jackson up here in the top 5. And David Studdard keeping pace, not for long. Daniel Bouchard, he's running good. He did well in the first race. McGuigan running really well. She got involved in a few accidents in the first race, to say the least. And there's Pericles, whose suspension blew on him in the first race. Bouchard's off. I was just saying McGuigan's off. As I said, team chemistry. Both of them go off in the same corner on the same lap. Rotten luck for that team. They've had nothing but rotten luck this season. There's Duncan catching Wong. He's going to try a move now. Not going to do it. Wong trying to run away. And there he is. He's right there. Duncan behind him. Is he going to do it? Is he going to dive low here? I don't think he will. Nah, he's still stuck behind. Cars in the pits. Bouchard and TJ Smith. And the Tej went off in the first corner. The battle for the lead continues. Wong is holding Duncan off. But there he is. He's going to go wide here. Duncan is going to follow him up the stretch. Down the back stretch. He's going to look inside. And they get together. But he's going to keep it. Duncan to the lead. Huge accident happened. Oh man, what happened here? It all starts up here. Someone is gonna get into someone. Oh, there it is. Yep, and a lot of cars. Pad cars in this mess, that's huge. Duncan is almost sure to win the to lock up the championship at this point. He could lock up the championship if Pat Carr gets a few more bad results, but a ton of cars went out in that. Huge melee. Look at so many cars. How many cars went out from that? We are already down so many cars. I expected chaos, but not at this level. So focused on this great lead battle, but Duncan is looking to run away. Here's Austin Rogers fighting for 15th, and but yeah, so many cars are damaged from that melee. Adam Vincent is already 2 laps down. I expected chaos, but not this much. I'm gonna maybe be like a broken record saying that to the end of this race. But that was a huge melee. Let's get another look at it. No, Dunbar was there. Pad car. Let's get a look at this melee from outboard pad car too. You should give us probably the best view of it. We're coming up here. LaShawn goes off track. Well, actually, it starts with Bouchard and pad car nowhere to go. And then Dunbar goes around into Carlson Jr. That's a huge melee. Oh, because someone got a bit too overzealous. Duncan stuck behind Adam Vincent. He runs wide. This battle for the lead's now heating up again. Gonna pass him down the stretch. Here comes Duncan. Long gets held up. Duncan is running away with it. He's proven time and time again that even in a randomized grid situation. And he's looking to rapidly extend that points lead, perhaps even lock up the title. If he does that, it's huge, because that means Duncan might actually become the winningest driver at VCS at this rate. He's going to score so many more wins in his career. He's a bright young talent. Hell, he's probably the champion. There's no way he can lose this championship now, and I should stop saying that before I jinx him. Wong to the inside. Duncan goes high, and Wong takes the lead, but pad car out, it doesn't matter. Duncan is extending that points lead. Because yes, pad car does not get points. Here he is, diving on Wong. Remember, we are down to the point where pretty much every car that even DNFs from this point forward will get points. That is just how chaotic and crazy that wreck was. And it was all because of Bouchard's stupidity that he just hit the wall there. That's probably one of the dumbest moves I've seen in my career as a commentator. But hey, Duncan is now running away with it. There is no stopping this man. Even in a situation such as this is too chaotic. Please help. Please stop. Can anyone stop William Duncan? I don't think anyone can if Willie D is going to win the title at this rate. So he rounds the bends here at historic Lime Rock Park. cresting over the hill. They'll get the cross flags this time by. They're catching Don Smallwood now. But on to lap 15 we go. We are now approaching the halfway mark of this second sprint. It's only marginally longer than most of the speedways we go to, at 1.530 miles over 1.5 miles. Of course, we're on the road course stretch, and of course next up is the Possum-Bourne Memorial Circuit in New Zealand near Taupo. Which of course is going to be a very interesting round. The rabid Aussie crowd is definitely flying over that, especially for this man, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. I hear he has a lot of crowd in Pittsburgh as well, and wide goes Wong. Jeffrey Finguy isn't going to be happy with that. His car DNF'd, Lucian DNF'd. Lucian was the cause of an accident. Of course, being that Slime Rock, I'm not surprised. The most chaotic race on the calendar, and Fitzwater is trying to chase down and stop Duncan. He might be able to. He's currently faster than Duncan. A high sense to it. And now let's give a shout out to... Ah yes, all the BHM cars have DNF'd. No, Ryder Smith is still out there and he's running an 18. Bouchard and McGuigan are out, but Ryder Smith is out there. He's running around after DNFing in the first race. BHM out, and that's Adam. It's terrible, no good, very bad season. Continuing. Cross flags have been shown to Duncan. He leads and is running away from Fitzwater at this point. And Jay Taylor was passed by his teammate, Simon Oskin, in the Ford GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Oskin has proven himself time and time again as probably one of the best drivers for Ditech this season compared to the AOL Maverick Dragons team. Ditech has just had a better season overall, being that they are the leading Chevy team in the series. But no one can stop Blue Flare Motorsports at this point. If Duncan wins this race, it all but assures them the team's title. They did technically, theoretically lock it up in the previous race, but they're now looking to lock up the champion. They've locked up the driver's title as well, because pretty much anyone below 5th has been mathematically eliminated at this point. It's really dumb what's happening here. But yeah, it's all William Duncan at the front of the field. He's dominated this season. He's the points leader. There's nothing that can stop him except his own hubris. Then there's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. at second on lap 19 of 30. We're about to get the 10 laps to go signal. Let's check for any interesting. There's an interesting battle. All the Ditech cars are actually running. Great day for Ditech. They can get more points here, but of course, the team 59. Zachary Fitzwater is a coolant leak. Oh no! You can hear the collective sighs of everyone, and you can hear a heart shattering as James Taylor, Sam Huskin into second. It's a battle of the Chevy Titans. You got Mavin Dragons, followed by Ditech. And then, of course, Red Stallion and Finguy Saitomi and then Maverick. Remember, Shane Vincent won at Las Vegas. Or not Las Vegas, Kansas. He won Kansas. Which is insane to think that he's doing well at a road course, considering he's more of a speedway guy. And then there's Henrietta Fitzwater, who started in the back of the field, showing just how chaotic these Lime Rock races are. She's up to 7th. Shane Vincent will get by Nick Pericles. And into 5th. Ten laps to go, and Fitzwater is, you've got to be you got to feel for him. And we are down to, oh boy, there was another accident involving the 6th. Oh yeah, Studdard was in an accident. Let's go take a look at that. Oh no, how did he end up over there? Oh my lord. Well, here you're looking at it. This is in lap 12. We missed this apparently as, oh my, that's a hard hit. But if you believe it, they all walked away. Every single one of those drivers walked away from that. From that vicious impact, Stavros was able to walk away. Dunbar walked away. But Stavros walked away from that. Hard to believe he did. But he did. He walked away from that. Every single one of them did. That is one of the hardest impacts I've seen. But hey, it shows just how safe these cars are. They won't miss the international tour because that's that's about a month away. As the summer break, as the, well, I guess we call it international break happens, where the teams basically get all their stuff together and move to New Zealand. Because it's New Zealand, then Japan with Twin Ring Motegi, and it's up to Finland and Karjala before finishing off the international tour. We're finishing off the international tour at Oulton Park in Chester, England. The entire field will go through it. We're down to 24 cars. I don't believe this race could be more chaotic than the first one. But it was. I expected chaos. And well, that's what we got. But it's been calm at the front of the field. All the chaos has been happening to the back markers, and we are getting word that everyone who had to visit the infield care center has been released, just showing the extra padding in these cars that was specifically made for this specific race, where these cars were pretty much buffed up just for these races alone, due to the hard impacts that happened here, including the giant impact. Yes, you see that hill there? Cars have gone off that hill before. No deaths have occurred from it, neither of any injuries, but because it's such a slow speed section. But the cars were created, these generation of cars were created with special padding just for that. Of course, next week we'll be heading up to the circuit, to the Possum Bourne Memorial Racing Circuit, which it'll be a race, that's for sure. That track, built in 1999, originally known as just the Taupo Racing Circuit, not to be confused with Taupo Motorsports Park, which is also located in Taupo, but soon became its own track, the Possum Bourne Memorial, and has played host to numerous stock car and touring car events. But back to the historic Lime Rock Park. Duncan leads by a good 6 seconds now. Can anyone stop this man? No, I don't think so. Are you ready to... Kyle Collins said that you would have to meet God, the most powerful spell of all. But I guess you could say he didn't do that, and Duncan has just dominated the season, as has Pat Carr. Kearney has sucked, though, so it needs to say Kearney will be getting the sack from that team at the end of the season. Speaking of silly season, there isn't much to talk about. Silly season isn't that silly, I guess you can say. Of course, once we get to the end of this event, silly season will likely open up. I will still have to talk with the commissioner about that. But of course, Duncan is just looking to win this race. He can do it. I have nothing else to say. Let's go try and find a good battle here. Well, I guess the chaos is reigning. So is that Henrietta Fitzwater in 6th? Yes, it is. Taylor have probably got a bad run. There's Shane Vincent. He's looking to make Maverick perhaps an A-ranked team next season. With these 2 good runs in the last 4 races. Just proving that Shane Vincent is a good driver. Even if he is aggressive as all hell. Even more aggressive than a certain Frenchman. Who, if you watch European touring car racing, you will know who I'm talking about. Duncan catching up to the dreadfully slow Jack Miller in the Westfall car. Westfall have had a terrible, no good, very bad season as expected from them. It's expected that maybe next season they'll be better. I'm not too sure about that. I'm very skeptical about things. The Verizon Cup Series, Verizon is expected not to be the sponsor next season, which is kinda big. Because they've been the sponsor of the series ever since it started almost 15 years ago. But it's hard to believe that Duncan can run away with such a race like this. He's doing it, and he's doing it well. He's looking to be your 2019 Verizon Cup Series champion, and he's looking to do it. And do it well. 2 laps to go for William Duncan. And he's putting on a clinic and showing just why he is named Mr. Consistency. And that he's running away with this race. Ironically, he said he hated this format, which most people don't like considering what happened to all the cars this race. That's an expensive repair bill. It's not likely to stay next season. Considering VCS officials were pretty much crunch time, and they didn't want to put together a second qualifying session between the first race and this, they just said, screw it, random race order, and a draw was held. Needless to say, it's put on a good race, as white flag out for William Duncan. 1 lap to go. And there is no battling throughout the field. I see pretty much the only battle I see is for 11th. It's not even that big of a battle. It's just Jack Mignacco fighting for position. But William Duncan is looking to be the man of the hour, the man of the season, and most importantly, the man that will win this race, as unless something catastrophic happens to William Duncan, which knowing his luck, it might, he's going to win another race, and this is going to be his 4th win on the season. Rounding the final corner. You've heard it enough this season. William Duncan wins at Lime Rock. And also, with that, takes the Crown Jewel title. Because no one came close to him. Fitzwater finished 5th, but Duncan with a 4th and a 1st will take it. And he's the winner of the Lime Rock Duels. The overall winner, not just the round winner, because these are considered 2 separate rounds, but he also takes the overall Lime Rock win. And I guess you can say with that, let's look at the results. Once the results are official and our stragglers finish, Yeah, there are your official results. 20 cars finished on the lead lap, and only 25 finished. Needless to say, next year, the race here in Lime Rock will definitely have a different format. This format did not work at all. But we'll see you next time. For the International Tour and Circuit Possum Born in Taupo. We'll see you then.